Councilman Hernandez.
Hello, we are actually live right now.
Oh,
We
hello,
just
buddy.
Councilman Gale.
So welcome everyone. Councilman Gale is having a good time, it seems like.
Yes, happy birthday.
Thank you.
So yes, happy birthday, Councilman Gale. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the June 16, 2025 Operations Management Budget and Government Accountability Committee meeting. I am Councilman Amilcar Hernandez and I am chair of this committee. This meeting is broadcasting live on HPA-TV's Xfinity Government Channel 96 and Frontier Government Channel 6032. It will also be streamed via hpa-tv.org, the HPA-TV Facebook page, and HPA-TV, Apple TV, Amazon TV, and Roku TV apps. It will also be made available on the HPA-TV YouTube channel. I'd like to acknowledge everyone present here today. With us here, we have voting member, Minority Leader Alex Thomas. We also have voting member, Councilman John Gale. And also with us, we have our Corporation Counsel, Jonathan Harding. We have our CFO, Leanne Rolls. We also have with us voting member, Assistant Majority Leader TJ Clark, and the Director of Budget, Julian Fran. And then we also have, Katiria, who works at the Tax Collector's Office, I believe, right? Tax Collectors? Yes, see, I got it right. So that's about everybody on the screen right now. So today we have 3 items on the agenda. I'd like to start with the first item, 2.1, Mayor Arulampolan with accompanying resolution authorizing the transfer to the suspense book of $276,866.67 with 65 cents in outstanding motor vehicle and personal property taxes for the tax bills. Seems like this is something we take up every year. And with us tonight, we have Director Leanne Rose, who will present this item alongside Katiria. So, Director Rose, the floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. I'm actually going to kick this off to Kateria as she fought through a migraine today to make today's meeting. So I want to give her an opportunity to present the 2025 suspension write-off that is mandated by statute to be done every year by the tax collector's office. So go for it, Kateria.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I want to update, and I see it on the letter is the right amount. For the total of suspense is $245,816.61. And just to say, the accounts in suspense are uncollectible as determined by our collection agencies for reasons such as bankruptcy, businesses going out of business, taxpayers that move out of state, or some taxpayers that the collection agencies cannot locate. Deceased taxpayers, and but if new information arises that we can are able to collect, we will continue to pursue and use our collection measures to collect the suspense accounts.
So basically, the tax collector creates the list throughout the fiscal year. She works pretty closely with the collection agencies to determine those accounts that are not collectible. They have made every effort to try and collect the dollars, and they are unsuccessful. So what happens is we request that they go into the suspense receivable, which means we just remove it from the active receivable that's on our books. But it does not stop the collection agencies or the tax collector's office from trying to collect those funds.
All right. Well, thank you. I will kick it off with just one question. Is this amount comparable to other years, to previous years?
It's actually one of the lowest amounts I've seen in a while. Like Kateria mentioned, the resolution and the supporting detail is a different amount than what's on the agenda. There was an amendment submitted that I don't think made its way to the agenda. But if you look at the support provided, the total is $245,816 versus the $276 that's on the agenda. So it's a relatively low amount. Sometimes it's over $1 million. But for the most part, it ranges, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kateria, anywhere between around 500 to 800,000 a year.
Yeah, that's correct.
Question to my colleagues or even to Corp Counsel. because the amount on the agenda is wrong, but an amendment was submitted, which I haven't seen the actual official amendment on the system. Do we have to do anything about that particular issue before we vote on this? I'm not sure if the amendment was actually officially recorded with the town's clerk.
Sometimes it's considered a substitute. If they just substituted it, then I think we can just move back to council favorably the substituted resolution.
Through you, Chair, I agree with Councilman Gale. But you're not sure if the clerk has received the amendment yet?
This is the first time I hear about it, so I didn't get a chance to check with them.
Yeah, from what Nancy had communicated to me, she provided the correct amount. So I have to imagine, because you have the suspense listing for the 245,000, that she did make that submission to the town clerk's office, but I can confirm with her tomorrow, if that's helpful.
So under this particular scenario, go ahead, Councilman Gale.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I was just going to say, if they confer tomorrow and they just agree that the town clerk puts it as a substitute, I think we're fine.
Okay, so we should then vote on a substitute and then go from there, I guess. So
yeah,
I
think we know what we're acting on.
Yeah. So are there any other additional questions regarding this item from any of my council colleagues?
I have a couple of questions.
Councilman Gale.
I'm just wondering offhand, do you have a feeling for how many taxpayers this dollar amount references?
Yep, if you give me 1 second. It's about 320, 350 accounts. I'm trying to add them up quickly, but I'm not doing a good job.
Fine. I just wanted an order of magnitude to get a concept. And is it the case that even though we're essentially taking them off our books so they don't show as an asset, these people, if they go to register a motor vehicle, it's still going to pop up if they have unpaid taxes?
Correct.
Okay. I have no other questions, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions?
I do, Mr. Chair, through you.
Assistant Majority Leader Clark.
What is the amount for the in the substitute resolution that we should consider?
$245,816.61.
And that's in addition to what is before us now? Through you, Mr. Chair.
Sorry, say that again.
That amount is in addition to what's before us now.
No, replace it.
No.
Oh, you replace it. This is replacement.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes. I'll make sure that now during voting, I'll mention that this is the amount, so that way it's very clear and it's on the record. Are there any other questions regarding this item? All right. So seeing that
I move that we send this back to council with a favorable recommendation with noting the correct amount.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made and properly second with the correct amount, which for the record is $245,816.61. Those in favor of sending this back with a favorable recommendation, say aye.
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 Right, well, ayes have it. There are no other nays. So the ayes have it. We will be sending this back with a favorable recommendation, again, with the substitute amount of $245,816.61. All right.
Thank you.
Now, moving on to the second item. Item 2.2, Mayor Arolampana with accompanying resolution authorizing the submission of community programs eligible for the 2025 Connecticut Neighborhood Assistance Act Tax Credit Program. With us tonight, we have Director Julian Front, who will present on this item.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Councilman Hernandez and members of the committee. This item on your agenda is an annual program. It's a state program that provides businesses an opportunity to apply for a tax credit when they make a charitable contribution to certain community nonprofit organizations. And the city in this program acts as a sort of liaison with the State Department of Revenue Services by reviewing applications by community organizations who are interested in participating in the program. We review the applications, we review that they're seeking support for eligible projects and activities. And then once approved by the council, that list of community agencies is submitted to DRS, who then operates the program from there and reviews requests from businesses who make contributions to these entities and provides the tax credits. This year, we received 49 eligible applications seeking support for approximately $5.2 million. And this was the subject of a public hearing a week or so ago. And we're looking for the council to approve the list of agencies that are submitted to DRS. And I'm happy to take any questions if there are any.
Any questions from my colleagues? Councilman Gale.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Chair. It's Julian, interestingly, so my day job, I have a law practice, and our business formation is an LLC, and LLCs under Connecticut law lately have been required to pay taxes. Are LLCs such as mine eligible to use, in lieu of paying our tax payment to DRS, make a payment to one of these approved?
I'm looking at the statute now to see if there's anything that indicates that an LLC would not be. I don't see anything in the language that would suggest that an LLC would not be eligible.
So I mean, I imagine you don't know the process on this side, but that's fascinating, actually, because I mean, even if it's $10,000 a year that we send to DRS, I could be sending the $10,000 to one of the 50 outfits that the city has approved.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna look into this further.
Definitely worth pursuing.
Maybe we'll report back on it. This could open up for a lot of businesses, I would say. I mean, I know traditionally it's been people like Northeast Utilities and some of these very large taxpayers that support a lot of these outfits. But anyway, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any other questions from my colleagues? Okay. All right. I do have one question. We did hear on the last public hearing for NAA, we heard a concern that I've heard in the past, and I just wanted you, Julian, to see if you could give us some context to this, that there may not be enough companies supporting these efforts. So basically, these nonprofits, when they apply, there's not enough companies taking advantage of these credits, so then there's not enough, funds or monies to go around. Is that an issue that happens year after year? And if so, is there anything that we as a city can do? I know this is a statewide thing, but is this something that we can do as a city?
I think so. The second part of the question, I think there is. I think there probably are opportunities to promote the program and to make businesses, raise awareness that they have this opportunity. In terms of, the level of participation, I guess the only light I could shed on that is just to point out that in last year's program, we had a list of 51 different participating agencies, and through the program, they were able to raise $500,000 in total. So not, it's just a fraction of what I think they're seeking in totality, but it's still, a considerable sum to be able to raise. I would look at it as just one more avenue for generating, revenue to support projects.
Okay, and I only asked because one of the applicants mentioned that I noticed that they provided the same project that they provided last year, and I asked that. I said, "Hey, isn't this what you asked for last year for the same items, the same project?" And they were like, "Yes, but because it's so little bit of money, there's not enough companies, taking advantage of this. We have to apply for this year after year, and then little by little bit do the project, which now takes 2, 3, 4 years to complete when it could have been done in 1 year." So that kind of prompted me to kind of like, bring the question and see if there's anything we could do to make it better.
Yeah, I will raise that with our new marketing manager and see if she has any ideas for how we can promote it. I'm sure there are things we can do.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Are there any other questions? All right. Seeing none, the chair will entertain a motion to send this back with a favorable recommendation.
So move.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made and properly second. Are there any comments? All right, those in favor of sending this back with a favorable recommendation, say aye.
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 And John Gale, say aye. So for the record. And so yes, so the ayes have it. We will be sending this back with a favorable recommendation, back to council with a favorable recommendation.
All right, thank you all.
Yeah, and now, thank you, Mr. Front. Now for our last item, item 2.3, Councilwoman Mali Rosado, Councilman John Gill, Councilman Josh Mixon, resolution of the Hartford Court of Common Council for reviewing and amending handicap parking policies and meter charges in collaboration with the Hartford Parking Authority and Disability Rights Organization. The author of this item asked us to postpone this item once again. So the chair will entertain a motion to postpone this item.
So move.
Second.
Second.
All right, a motion has been made and properly second to postpone this item. Those in favor of postponing, say aye.
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 So the item will be postponed and we will see it next month on our next agenda for OMB. And seeing that there are no other additional items on the agenda, this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you guys for being here.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.